Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today we've just had the Fusion event calendar go live for Gnishak Verminlord, the Christmas Fusion. So we're going to go through this. I'm going to break it down, which days to look for, what are the areas that may or may not catch you out, and yeah, what to do to get this fusion. I will have actually a video. I did some testing on the test server with this guy already. I might actually have a video on him coming out a little bit later on today, showing him off in Hydra. I think a lot of folks have really shown him everywhere else in the game, but I don't think many people have really shown anything of him in Hydra. And from my testing, he's extremely good there. So I'm excited to show you the runs that I did and how they went. Anyway, let's take a look at this. So one of the first things I want to show you guys, actually, which I think is interesting and something for you to consider, is we do have... let me change the color so it's easier to see. Here we go. We do have a Summon Rush event, but there is no Champion Chase event next weekend. There's no Shard event at all as part of the Fusion. Now, as we know, Sunday is Christmas Day. There are definitely going to be Shard events on during this time, but they are apparently not going to be part of this Fusion at all, which is really interesting, actually. That's kind of a surprise to me. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. I'd expect probably, I think it's fairly likely they might do like Ancient Shards, Void Shards, and Sacred Shards, like one shard type per day. Maybe even stretch it out even longer than that over multiple days. I'd imagine there'll be 10x events on during this. We might see guaranteed champions over like the end of this month here. I'd expect a fair amount of shard stuff because, like, I mean, it's a sort of time of year where people might get themselves a few shards as a personal little gift, you know? So yeah, that's definitely something to watch out for. So that is interesting thing number one. Number two, if we look at this, how many rares are there? How many do you have to get? Well, if you add them all up, there are 16 of these rares available. You need 4 of each rare to fuse each one of the epics, so you do need to collect all of them. Although we do have an epic back in the menu in Summon Rush. This is going to depend, in my opinion. Let's address this question one. What to do for Summon Rush? Do I just grab Risk Harm, or do I go all the way and grab Endalia? If you grab Endalia, it's going to let you skip 4 other of these rares if you wish, or you could obviously keep an extra copy of her. She doesn't wow me to the point where I think that you would need to get an extra copy of her. She seems good, but yeah, I mean, not crazy. I think it depends. I think it really does depend on how many shards this is going to take. It's probably going to take you approximately 3,500 Summon Rush points. It's approximately 7 Sacred Shards. It's fairly typical. Perhaps even 8 Sacred Shards if they're feeling a bit mean. It could be, yeah, it depends how mean they are. I would say probably, considering we have all of this big mystery over here in terms of what summon events are coming for Christmas, my advice is to probably, if you are able to, skip Endalia here and just do everything else. But we'll see when we go through this. If you think that stuff here is too difficult, then you can certainly skip it. So let's start off then. Right, first of all, starting today, I'm going to have Ice Golem. Now that Ice Golem does lovely. It does overlap beautifully with Dungeon Diver. So that's fantastic. The two of those go hand in hand. Great. So we're going to link those up. There we go. Let's draw this in. So they're going to link up really well and no stress there. So yeah, just no rush to complete this, by the way, guys. I would not be spending gems or pulling too many energy pots. Just grind it out a little bit every single day. There's nothing else happening that will take your energy until Ice Golem ends and Fire Knight kicks off. Classic Arena should actually be pretty straightforward. We've got another Classic Arena down here. I'm just going to mark it in advance, right? Classic Arena, in my opinion, is probably the easiest event in all of these Summon Rushes. Once you're in Silver, it's pretty doable. If you're in Silver, you might need to buy an extra refill, but possibly not. If you're in Gold in Classic Arena, it's basically for free. All right, then next up, we're going to have Artifact Enhancement over here. I forgot to mention the Summon Rush in this section, but that's okay. Artifact Enhancement, again, should be fairly straightforward. Now, the one thing is we do have 3... Yes, that's right. 3 of these bad boys coming in, guys. 3 of these bad boys coming in. So what I would advise you to do is to do the minimum amount in the Artifact Enhancement to get the rare champion and then to stop. Don't get tempted in by the higher rewards. Just save up your silver because you've got to get through 3 of these, which is going to be pretty tough. They're all kind of mid-length artifact enhancement as well. So yeah, I imagine they're all going to be fairly equally difficult. So definitely be careful there, guys. So save up all your Ice Golem earnings here for the artifact enhancement. Get it done. This one overlaps with Spider, this artifact enhancement. In fact, let me just mark this here. Here we go. Done. Fantastic. So those do overlap, so that's helpful. That will definitely help you out. Spider gives you so much silver, of course, compared to other dungeons. So that was going to make Artifact Enhancement 2 a bit easier, but you're going to need to save some stuff up. And as a fusion, bear in mind as well, it's going to cost you silver to fuse these epics, and then it's going to cost you silver to fuse the legendary. So that's going to be an extra toll on this second half of the fusion here when you're actually fusing this stuff together. Without a champion chase, you can also fuse them whenever. I would still wait near the end to fuse them. Let me just throw that out there. In case there is like some sort of hero's path or something on over here, I would wait to fuse. In case there's a champion chase hero's path or something, I would wait just in case, right? That would be my advice. And then you could use the fuse them up and power level them with brews to the final champion training. We'll talk about that when we get there. Summon Rush, like I said, I think my advice, I think to be safe, I would have 4 sacreds. To be safe, 4 sacreds. Beautiful. Look at this writing. It's flawless. 4 sacreds. There we go. Would be my advice for Summon Rush. You should be pretty safe. It does overlap a small amount with champion training. So you could pull some green shards and burn through them to sort of finish it off on the Sunday. So that's definitely something that you can do if you've got time on the Sunday. But yeah, I would advise just going for risk harm. And I personally would skip Andalia, but of course it's up to you. But yeah, there we go. I would suspect something like 8 sacreds to be safe for her. If Plarium are generous, it could be 2 sacreds to get risk harm. If they're feeling mean, I think the worst we ever saw was like 7 for the rare. I don't think it'll be that bad though, because there's a rare and an epic. I think around 4 to be safe, hopefully just 3. Next, we come to a pretty rough section here. I think this is probably going to be the hardest part, where we've got Fire Knight and champion training overlapping each other. Now, I think that is super nasty. So this is where your energy is really going to be drained. There's no dungeon divers with this Fire Knight. It's very difficult to make Fire Knight and champ training overlap. Like with Dragon and champ training, you can solo Dragon quite easily and bring in food champions. You can't do that with Fire Knight very easily, if at all. So that's going to be quite tough, right? That's going to be very, very tough. My advice for this one is just burn through Fire Knight, get it done pretty much as soon as it goes up. I don't see a reason to hold on. It's going to end before Dungeon Diver starts. So just burn through Fire Knight, get it done, and then take the rest of the time to go through champion training. I would expect to be investing gems on energy here. If you got energy saved up, energy refills, I think this is the point where it's going to be difficult. I think that's a difficult point right there. Then we have Spider, which again we mentioned overlaps artifact enhancement, which is helpful. That's going to overlap Dungeon Divers too. So for this, pretty simple. I'd not worry about Dungeon Divers 2 until the Spider tournament starts. So I try to be syncing those 2 up. You will hopefully have champion training done there. I definitely, while champion training is on here, for this one, I'd be trying to do this just grinding campaign. And I would be saving my brews for this champion training over here. That is my strong advice. Save brews for champion training here. Do this one grinding it out, because you're going to get Dungeon Diver points from grinding campaign. So that's what I would do for that one. That's going to get you through. This Dungeon Diver should be very easy, because you're just going to burn through Spider as soon as possible, preferably on Friday. So Spider, let's mark it here. I would try to do Spider on Friday and just burn through it and be done. So that way you can come in. You can even get Classic Arena done Friday. You can sort of hop on every now and then over Saturday and Sunday, which are likely to be the busiest days for everyone, with all the Christmas and holiday stuff going on. You just have to do Classic Arena, and you don't need to do anything else then here on Saturday or Sunday. Dragon begins on Sunday, but there's no need to do it until this Dungeon Divers begins. So that is what I would do. I'm just going to come down here. There we go. Fantastic. And again, I would come in on Monday when hopefully it's a bit more of a chill day, and you can, in fact, let me, let's get, I don't know, a Christmassy color. Let's just go blue, 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 blue. Don't even do this. Blue, 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 blue. Sunday is off. Nothing on Sunday, nothing happening. All right, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Art at its finest, right? But yeah, anyway, this dragon and dungeon divers, get them together. Then this champion training, I think, is going to be quite tricky as well. I would be using brews for this, right? And what I basically be doing is to get some nice points for this one. I would level up the rares in the previous one, anything that you've gotten. But this is where I would, rank up the epics if I've got them already from 4-star to 5-star and brew them up to level 50. This is where, yeah, I'm basically going to be power leveling everything I get with brews. So save your brews for this one to get through. And yeah, look, that's basically what is going to be going on. Again, just to make this clear as well, let me actually put over here question mark. Could be some sort of champ chase, right? There could be. That's not part of the fusion. So again, holding off until then to actually fuse them up really for this one. There you go, guys. Look, that's basically it. Let me know what you think. What is your plan for this? I think that it looks fairly reasonable. I do think that the hardest part is going to be over here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the start of next week, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that is going to be difficult. That is going to be intensive. So save your energy for that. I think the rest of it isn't too bad. I do think you've got a bit in, it's also very intensive over here as well, I would say. But by saving up brews, we can get through it a bit more easily. But yeah, coming in right after Christmas is rough. I can tell you personally, I'm going away on holiday. I think on Wednesday, I have to check. I think on Wednesday I'm on holiday. And I'm obviously doing a whole bunch of family stuff for like about these 3 days. So I think I'm free on Tuesday. For, who knows though? And that's about it. So this bit's going to be tricky for me. But I think it is possible to get it done. But yeah, definitely save up your brews and just blitz through Dragon and try to do champ training with brews, the tournament. And I think you'll be okay. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope it was helpful. Good luck with your Gnishak Verminlord fusion. We'll see what the heck is going to happen with summon events over Christmas. Who knows? And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.